my goodness. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, and welcome back to the Apollo Justice Trilogy. Oh my god, I'm so excited to play today. I'm so excited to go into a trial. It feels like it's been so long, even though it's been like 2 weeks. I am so ready for this shit, but man, I am not ready for this witness. Because I'm like most certain sure it's Brushel, and I don't want to deal with him. But yeah, welcome back to the Apollo Justice Trilogy. Last we left off, we had to deal with Brushel. No, we started Turnabout Succession, I think is what this case is called. Yeah. Oh my god, here we go. Turnabout Succession. We began Turnabout Succession, where we are doing a jury system courtesy of one Phoenix Wright on a murder case, you know, something light and easy like murder, with the forger Drew Misham, I think is his name. Yeah, art forger Drew Misham being supposedly killed by his daughter Vera via poison. And the only other person who was there was Brushel. So it's looking really bad for us. But yeah, we gotta find out how he died and what exactly happened. So I guess that's what we're gonna do today. Man, I'm not ready. I'm not looking forward to having to voice Brushel. I'm gonna be so fucking honest. I'm not ready to voice this man. I hate him so much. Oh my god, but we must persevere. We must do it. Do it for the people. I'm here but lurking. You're all good. A pleasure to anyone who's here and lurking. Pleasure. I hope you're all doing well. Hi, Izzy. Mwah, mwah. Can't probably watch at the moment. You're all good. You are absolutely fine. I'm glad to see that you're here, even just lurking. I hope you're doing I hope you're having an absolute wonderful day. But yeah, I think that was basically everything from last time. A lot of the stream last time was doing scientific research with one Emma Sky, which was very fun actually, but don't remember a lot of anything else. Oh, also there was something weird happening with the Valiant Farmer Ted, the man in the yellow hat. Valiant Gramarye, and a letter that was gifted to Trucy from Phoenix. Yes, from Phoenix. So there's something there, and apparently it belongs to well, I guess it's late because he's still missing and he's considered dead, but her actual father, whose name is slipping my mind. Zach, I think it's Zach. But yeah. I am going to be so honest. I'm just stalling because I don't want to have to deal with Brushel. Oh god. Alright. Let's get this game a-going. Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy. Yeah. Turnabout Succession. Trial Day 1. Let's fucking do this. Oh god. Here we go. October 8th, 9:48 a.m. at District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Oh shit. Hi, Vera. Oh my god. Sorry, my glasses are a little bit smudged. There we go. It's a little better. Good morning. Yeah, I don't think she's gonna talk to us, man. Oh, poor darling. Actually, do we have, ages? We do. Oh, God. I just see Brushel in the corner. A pianist who can't play a lick, formerly an ace defense attorney. Of some renown. That's crazy. That's Trucy. Oh, she's 19. Oh, okay. The defendant accused of poisoning her father, Drew Misham. Emma, we got Drew, 52. Painter known for his illustrations, poisoned at Drew Studios. Valent, of course. His overly loquacious manner can get annoying, okay? Oh, God. And then Spark Brushel. Freelance journalist can smell a scoop from miles away. Don't smell anything, good sir. What do we have? We have a magic show ticket for Valent. We got this, which was just said to not be opened until the right time, until the time is right. But it's apparently from Zach. Vera's card, the address is on the front. The coffee cup with the atroquinine found on the rim, which is interesting. The large plum hidden painting, red envelope, which had the note inside of it, right? Yes, I deposited 1,000 into the designated account. Sign the papers and send the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp within 3 days. I need not remind you to speak of this to no one. I wonder what that was about. And then we got the rest of this paintings. Also, we have this. Frame measured 2 by 2 inches. Bears traces of deadly poison atroquinine. Why is there poison in the frame? Is there like a poisoned picture of something? But of what? I don't know. Alright. How you doing, Vera? So, you're Vera, right? I'm Trucy! Trucy Wright. That's right with a W, but not right. Right? You're making definite, total sense. Yes, Trucy. I don't think she's gonna talk at all. We're, on your side! You can tell us anything! Please? Ooh. Good morning. Oh, hi! Good morning! She speaks! Not bad, not bad. I don't think you can do better with a little smile, you know? You're so pretty! You need to sell yourself, you know? Trucy, let's take it easy for starters. Ooh. Thank you for taking my case. Aww! Oh, that's so cute. Is it signed by Misham? That's adorable. Okay. Well, that's a start, I guess. Honestly, I'll take it. That's good. She's still doing her nails? There she goes with the nail polish again. Huh. Interesting. That feels like a weird detail to bring up constantly, you know? I feel like that's gonna come back to bite us. I don't know. Why is she painting her nails? What color is it? Oh, that's great! Really? It's so cultured. Want to try? Oh, she's over. I've just realized that the side parts of her hair are like different length. That's really cute. Oh, really? Ugh, girls. Oh, shut up, Apollo. The victim, Drew Misham, was a forger. And a stolen painting was found in his studio. A life of crime, really. Maybe one that led to his death. Yeah. There was that idea that Pagetown threw around, which is that he got poisoned by his own paints. Which I think is interesting, but we don't have a lot of evidence yet to back it up. That would be cool, though. October 8th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 3. Hey! Hey-o!
Well, we will now,
You good there? Oh god, you didn't get sick, did you?
begin with the trial of, VERA NOOOOO.
You good? You good, bestie? What's going on? Is the judge okay? Yeah, what's up with you? His voice is all raspy, and he's looking around all nervous, like. Are you getting hit by the mob? What's going on?
The repercussions of today's trial will, most likely, be felt for a long time. and may, indeed, alter our legal system forever.
Oh, is it because it's a jury today? Where is the jury? Can we see them?
Today is the test of the juris system.
Hello, Clavier. Hi. You're looking great today.
And their first step towards a new order in our courts.
Daddy's secret mission.
The jurors will function like a jury. It is hoped that their inclusion will help the courts better reflect the people's will.
Why aren't there any jurists in the courtroom? They're not in the courtroom?
3 closed-circuit cameras watch this courtroom at all times. The jurists have access to everything that transpires.
Oh, okay.
Jurists, judge well and judge cool. Now here, Prosecutor Gavin. I was going to say that.
Oh yeah, because you can say it is so flashy like him.
My apologies, Judge. Jurists, today, judge today's trial coolly, if you would be so kind.
Jurists are unbound by the letter of the law. They don't affect the trial with evidence, but by their feelings. Okay, and that's so different because I don't know. And we're about to find out just what effect they're going to have.
Very well, Prosecutor Gavin. The details of the case, if you would. The victim is the painter Drew Bishop, who was killed in his own studio. His coffee was poisoned. By whom, you ask? By none other than the defendant, VERA NOOOOOO.
We don't know that the coffee was poisoned. In fact, we know for certain that it wasn't in the coffee. But we don't know exactly how far the poison goes. Objection! There wasn't any poison in the coffee.
A ton. Someone has been doing their homework. Indeed, the poison was not present in the coffee, but on the mug itself. The mug? Ah! Residue was found on the rim. I see.
But was it only that section? That's a very small section to drink out of.
The autopsy report describes the manner of our victim's death. The court accepts this as evidence.
Oh yeah, let's find it. Death by atropine poisoning. Estimated time of death 9 o'clock to 9:30 p.m. Alright, let's look at that.
According to this report,
No, shut up. Hold on. Look at this. Drew Bishop, 52 male, October 6th. Oh, this happened like 2 days ago. Jesus. Cause of death, atropine poisoning. Between 9 and 9:30 p.m. Nothing else? Okay, sure, why not? Alright.
The victim's death was caused by atroquinine poisoning. The chemical compound that does not occur naturally. Lethal dosage is a mere 0.002 milligrams. A touch of aconine poison in the body is the touch of the Reaper's scythe.
Oh, okay. Damn, Gina. Alright.
Very well. Prosecutor Gavin, you may present your witness.
Please don't be brushel. I know it's gonna be brushel. Please don't be no. Please no. He's not a simple man. You take that back.
I have for you today a simple man for a simple case. A man who witnessed the murder in its entirety.
That journalist, no doubt. No, no, no.
The witness will state his name and occupation.
Oh god, I need to take a sip before I do this. Alright. Ah! Right! Well, for starters, my name's Spark Brushel, my job. A lone observer of the world. In other words, a freelance journalist, right? If you don't mind, I'd like to state something here for the record.
Yes, Mr. Brushel?
I dislike the conclusion, specifically the aspect of jumping to conclusions. Preconceptions make park sandbox of endless desert waste, end quote.
But you are a journalist. You said so yourself yesterday.
Well, that's true, yes. But you must understand, I stand before you today as a man with a dream. What dream? I am offering you my testimony in exchange for exclusive rights to the story. Scoop turns Mr. Brushel into that Mr. Brushel, end quote.
Oh, God. Let's hear your testimony then, shall we? A simple case, eh, Gavin? For me, the jury is still out. Actually, the jury is still in. The journalist stories. I visited the studio around 9 o'clock that night to do the interview. The first outsider to enter the atelier. Journalistic history made, end quote. His daughter brought us coffee right after we started. And you know what happened next? Star falls, end quote. Okay. No one else entered the room besides her the whole time. Okay. Very concise. Okay. That does sound like a simple case. Unless you were the one who poisoned him.
Whatever you say, Judge!
Ahem. Need I remind you the cameras are rolling today? I feel like I needed to be a bit dramatic. You didn't do it, did you?
You mean things to do like that? Come on, that's like newsmaker making the news, end quote. Or even contemporary witch hunt, end quote. I know, wild accusations rock courtroom, end quote.
Rock, indeed.
Prosecutor Gavin sure looks like he's having fun. I'm so happy for him.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Your cross-examination, please.
You don't have to tell me fucking twice. Oh god, you're gonna do a fucking brushel. Alright. Did any of the statements sound weird? Visited a studio around 9 o'clock to the interview. The first outsiders to enter the atelier during this history made. Daughter brought us coffee. You know what happened next? Stars fall, end quote. No one else entered the room besides her the whole time. Sure, let's just press everything. I don't think if there's anything in particular. 9 o'clock at night? Isn't that a little late for an interview? If the great painter Drew Missions says come at 9, believe you me, I go at 9. The first, as it turns out, last interview with such a prolific painter. Right, I gave him like a sort of Chuckles-esque voice, if someone's like that clown from before. Right, can you tell us what it was like when you arrived? The first outsider to enter the atelier, journalistic history made, end quote. Alright, tell us about that. You were the first reporter ever in Drew's studio? Prosperity will look back on that night as a turning point in journalistic history. A basically insignificant step for all of mankind, but a giant step for that Brushel guy, end quote.
If no one on the outside ever had access to the studio, then it would serve the reason that the deed was done by an insider. By which he means Vera did it. So, how'd this epic-making interview go?
His daughter brought us coffee right after we started. Would you mind being a little bit more specific? Ooh-wee, let me tell you, I enjoy a cuppa. In fact, it all began when I was in 3rd grade. No, wait, 4th grade? That's not what I meant.
I believe I know what Air Head is driving at. This coffee that victim was served. Did anyone other than the defendant touch it?
Right, that's what I was going to say, really. Well, now you've got a question to ask, you best straight up ask it. That's what I tell all the new recruits, several times if necessary. Write for a grade schooler. That's my motto! Which isn't to say I only write grade school level stuff, mind you. Who touched the coffee? Don't know. Well, you're just great, aren't you? You're just so fantastic. I was in the back, looking at the studio's equipment when she served it.
Great. And what happened next?
And you know what happened next? Stars fall, end quote. What's this about a star falling? Stars fall, huh? It's like an old telegram. Send money, over. Zowie! You don't know? That's like a journalism code word. An important personage passed away. A star falls, get it? There's no gravity in space, is there? I wouldn't think stars could fall, really. Does this matter? Oh boy, this is the good stuff, good stuff. How about star breaks? Nah, lacks punch. I know. Star dies. Nah, lacks imagination. Of course, you could go with Drew dies. Straight to the point. I like it. I think we need to hear something a little more substantial. Oh, the moment of death, Brushel's coffee, the star's coffee. Can you tell us about... Don't need to know about Brushel's coffee. The star's coffee? That's the least insight we know anything about. What about the coffee do you know? You say Mr. Misham had the coffee too, but did you actually see him drink the coffee? Of course! He who sees it wins, but he who says it is the big wings bigger, end quote. I live in a man sees dog eat what? I live in a man sees dog eat dog and writes about it world. Yet. I guess I can't say I saw him drink it, really. He had one so-called sip, if that. Oh? Man puts lips to mug, drinks, end quote. Drinks with question mark?
That poison is quite virulent, I hear.
Do we have any information on that poison, actually? Do we have anything on it? No. Can I point here? See that? There? That's poison. Yeah. Don't lick it, Apollo.
Don't worry, I'll be fine.
No, you won't. You'll die. Look, I know. I meant I won't lick it. Who knows what you do when I'm not watching?
The concern is touching, really. Next thing you know, she'll be telling me not to drink coffee before bedtime. Alright, interesting. Is there anything we have information-wise on the poison? Okay, but how deadly is atroquinine?
My stomach did a so-called somersault. Since I gulped down that coffee without so much of a second glance at it. Wait, maybe something's in there! Some kind of so-called trick! Anyone want to venture a guess? For the record.
Does this guy have a pause button? That's my own question. Well, Mr. Justice, did you find that testimony valuable? Do I remember what the poison was like? The victim drank his coffee, then immediately fell over? Oh, is that important?
Oh, yes, you can go to the press with that one.
Your Honor, this is a vital piece of information. Please add it to the courtroom. Please add it to the testimony. Very well. The witness will add this to this testimony.
Vital? Right.
Okay. He had one sip of that, and the next moment he was on the floor. Okay. Do we have anything that we could present with that? Maybe the mug itself, since it's all about that? I feel like there's something I'm forgetting about atroquinine that seems important, but I don't remember. Oh! Oh, I'm so stupid! It's a slow-acting poison. It wouldn't have been immediate. It says it right there. God damn it. Oh, God, I don't fucking read. I'm as bad as Deltarune fans. Anyway, present. You know what I have a problem with? A peculiar property of the poison used, atroquinine. Oh? Prosecutor Gavin was quite clear about the poison. A lethal dosage of 0.002 milligrams paralyzes the central nervous system. If you drank that, even you, Mr. Justice, would be reduced to a quivering pile. Why are you using me as an example? Unfortunately, we weren't told everything. There was a vital omission in Prosecutor Gavin's information. An omission? Atroquinine is as virulent as he says, but death doesn't come upon ingestion, not immediately. That's because atropine is a slow-acting poison.
Slow-acting? What?
According to one forensic scientist, it's one of the most virulent poisons, but it's absorbed into the body. Astonishingly slow. It takes at least 15 minutes from the time of ingestion for adverse effects to show. If we suppose that the moment Mr. Mission sipped the coffee was when he sealed his fate, then he would still have time left to enjoy his last cup of joe.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, what was that? What the fuck was that? Oh my god, what kind of fucking creepy, crawly, spindly motherfucker was Brushel's back sprite? Oh my god! Oh, I hated that! Don't ever show that scene again. Oh my god. Oh, sorry, oh, okay, hold on. What's going on?
Order! What is the meaning of this? One of the defenses is correct. Why, that contradicts the entire testimony we've just heard.
Well, Mr. Brushel, anything to say on the record? Slow acting. S-L-O-W-A-C-T. That was virulent, all right. Even then, I had already begun digging his claws into the journalist. He's working on a scoop.
Objection!
Oh shit, here comes the slam. It's Brushel, yeah? Brushel. Let's take a trip back down memory lane. Oh god. Sorry. As an aside, I'm taking a psychology class right now, and we just did a segment on memory. And shit like this, memory is so fucking, faulty. That Clavier's just implanting memories into people's brains. Oh god. Huh? Did the victim die? Oh, sorry. Did the victim really die the instant he took a sip? Think it over. This is vital. You know what I think? I think that was not so subliminal suggestion, end quote.
Call his ass out! Call his ass out! Call his ass out! Oh my god.
I admit, it does cause a problem. It does cause a problem if he died when you said he died. I would be forced to say Widerstein to my simple case. And you would be forced to say farewell to your article.
Come again!
You can't write a story based on conjecture, can you? And as the case drags on, other reporters will pick up the scent. And you will be forced to kiss your exclusive scoop goodbye.
In the middle of the courtroom, bitch? Are you serious?
Scoop.
Oh god, what now?
What are you doing? Stop that! Stop it! I hate this man so much! Look, just wait a second, just 1 second!
We're waiting. Out with it.
I think I just recalled a so-called important detail.
Yeah, sure, yeah. What do you remember this time, huh? What, did Vera take out a gun and inject fucking her father with the poison?
A revival of recollection, end quote. A story of survival, end quote.
Attorney utterly confused, end quote.
Actually, I did notice something when I visited the studio. I heard of poison that takes its sweet time. See?
But not what I've been saying for the last few minutes, apparently.
Mr. Brushel, are you saying you noticed something that explains what happened?
You bet I am. The antidote for a poisonous contradiction, end quote, you might say.
Or, I still have no idea what you're talking about, end quote. I might say.
God. I figured it out, but only after an in-depth interview. See, thanks to my journalism skills, I know who poisoned that coffee.
Oh, God.
Order!
As far as I can tell, the witness is standing by his testimony. That Mr. Mission died the instant after he drank. Interesting. Interesting that he stands by it and doesn't change the story. That's... Huh.
Okay. Okay.
Of course I'm standing by my testimony. In my dream of exclusive rights to the story.
I suppose it was too much to hope for. What was? Of course, he wouldn't choose a simple case, not him.
What?
Who?
Him?
Phoenix Wright, who else?
Oh no. It is a trap. But for who? For what?
Oh, shit. Acton, brushel. Report for us, if you would. What is it that you noticed?
Stop grinning at me. This court is a crucial trial of the jurist system. I'm afraid no room for doubt is permissible. You will testify to the court about what you noticed.
Alright, Brushel, what do you have to say for yourself? What Brushel noticed? With his big old eyes.
When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Mission was at his desk. He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope.
Oh.
I thought nothing of it at the time, of course. But now that I think about it, what if he was writing a suicide note?
Oh. A letter? Is it the letter we have?
That is not a suicide note.
A suicide note? Yes, he had this look on his face. Man's face inscrutable as a quadratic equation. End quote.
Suicide? Poor Mr. Misham. Oh.
But that means Vera's innocent.
Would someone commit suicide in the middle of an interview? Oh. Yeah, that's the problem. Time and place.
Very well. You may begin your cross-examination.
Gladly. God. As long as I don't have to look at this piece of shit anymore. When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Mission was at his desk. He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed it shut. Sure. Let's just press everything. Was there anyone else at the studio other than Mr. Mission?
Well, his daughter, Vera, of course.
Was anyone besides Mr. Misham and Vera present?
Not a single one! Not a cat, not a rat, not even a mouse!
The only person who didn't belong to that studio there was you, wasn't it, Mr. Brushel?
Ah! I know what you're doing! I know your game! I'm trying to use his classic Ramsden
phenomenon ploy, end quote. If you intend to suggest that this reporter is a suspect, I'm sure you'll also intend to present evidence supporting that assertion, correct? In the meantime, let's move along, shall we? Seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope. Sure, press that. So, he put the letter away when he saw you?
Early reporter gets the worm! End quote. That's my secret.
I'm not sure I follow.
And the night of the interview, I arrived 15 minutes ahead of schedule.
Oh.
The handle turns, the door opens, and I barge in.
Are you sure that's okay to do? I mean, isn't that unlawful entry? Really?
Mr. Mission seemed to think so. You should have seen him. He crammed his letter into that yellow envelope as fast as he could.
Yellow envelope? What? We don't have a yellow envelope. What? All we have is the red one. That's the autopsy report.
I know a secret when I spot one, and that was mine!
Oh, it does seem significant. Well, Mr. Justice.
I wonder. It does have the ring of something important. Yeah, I want to ask him about that envelope. The defense finds this testimony vital, Your Honor.
Very well. Please add it to the testimony then.
Hey, why not? My account comes free of charge.
It was a yellow envelope. I heard it was left at the crime scene. We never found anything like that, but we did find the red one. Huzzah! As it just so happens, there was a single letter in a desk drawer at the scene. In a red envelope. What? Oh my god! Don't do that! Stop it! Oh, I don't like him! I don't like him at all! Ah, I don't like this man. I hate this man. This wretched, wretched man. Prosecutor Gavin.
Yes?
Was a yellow envelope found at the scene of the crime?
Unfortunately, no. But your forehead. It's easy to just make. It's easy to mistake the color of envelope.
I guess, but not this envelope. You see, it was postmarked already 7 years ago.
Well, Mr. Brushel?
I can't explain that. Drew, right? He wanted to get that letter in an envelope pronto. Get out of sight of my beady eyes, right? So he grabbed the nearest envelope and crammed it away. What about the whole red and yellow envelope contradiction, chump?
Well, Mr. Justice, have you anything to say to the witness's claim?
I guess not. That night, the victim put away a letter he had been seen writing in a red envelope. Well, no, we know the contents of the note, so it's impossible. It's not a suicide note. That's impossible.
I liked your expression. So full of confidence.
You hear that, people? Javier likes it when Apollo's full of confidence. Anyway, sorry.
It's simple, really.
It was easy to mistake the color of an envelope. Oh yeah, accidentally grab mustard instead of ketchup all the time. You know, an honest mistake. To the colorblind people out there, no, just saying. I don't think that would be applicable for red and yellow? Question mark? I don't know. Sorry. As it just so happens, the defense team investigated the contents of this envelope with, the assistance of a forensic scientist.
What?
Note that this letter is addressed to Drew Misham. Oh! Oh shit! Why would he address a letter to himself? Let alone send a suicide note to himself. I've been scooped! Oh god. Hate his back sprite.
Order, order, order! Mr. Brushel, can you explain this to the court?
Oh my, how could I have forgotten? I suppose this happens to the best of us. A word gets old, forgets lots, end quote.
I'm still waiting for an explanation, Mr. Brushel.
Well, that's the thing, see? After he put his letter in that envelope, Mr. Misham sat there searching his desk drawer for something.
What was that?
His desk drawer? I might have forgotten the day. You're all good, you're all good. How you doing, Pagetown? How you doing? How you doing? Not this man, oh god, no, I know! I've been complaining about him so much. I hate him, this wretched, wretched man. Yes, a stamp, a so-called postage stamp, and quote. Also got a little caught up watching Apothecary Diaries, just finished season 2. Oh, nice! I know a friend who's, like, watched a lot of Apothecary Diaries. I heard it's pretty good. What do you think? A postage stamp?
A stamp? Whatever for?
Well, to mail his letter, what else? And then, why, yes, I think I saw him put his letter in, put it in the letter box. Yes, it was a yellow envelope, and he put it in that box.
Well, apparently this yellow letter has nothing to do.
Oh, how I wish it did. What? Just think if it were a suicide note. Oh, what a story. Star writes suicide note in front of reporter falls. End quote.
Ahem! As I was saying, that has nothing to do with this case.
Okay. Postage note. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. That could fit a postage note. But why is a postage note covered in poison? I guess becomes the better question. And why is it framed? Oh my god, I don't know. Maybe it's not this. But this could fit like a post-it note. Or not a postage note. A stamp. Postage stamp. That's like a small image that could fit in there. But then it's covered in poison, but why? I feel like I'm getting somewhere. I have no idea where. I watched season 1 and a little season 2 a bit long ago. The non-readers to watch shows. We're waiting for English dubs to come out and haven't touched it until this week. Oh, I see, I see. My clumsy ass managed to get hurt from cane sugar at work. How did you get hurt by cane sugar? What?
That said,
Yes, Your Honor?
makes me wonder about the contents of that red envelope.
Yeah. Sign the papers.
$100,000 is quite a good deal of money.
So this was from 7 years ago, yeah?
Oh, what was that about?
So, am I finished? Am I finished here? I was thinking of, going home to start writing.
Writing what? I hate to state what should be pretty obvious to anyone, but when you catch the scent of a story, you make that, rather unique face.
Come on! Attorney has active imagination, little else. End quote.
Even I noticed something and my eyes aren't what they used to be. I'm starting to understand what all this perceiving stuff is all about.
No, bitch. Judge has active imagination. End quote. Oh, God.
Please, continue with your testimony. Tell us about the scent of a story.
Hey, I'm the one asking the questions here, usually.
Alright, the scent of a story? The scent of a story. Okay.
Actually, it took a bit of work to get thumbs up on the interview. Reporter leverages story gets his interview. End quote.
Leverages story? What do you mean?
The story concerned a certain case from 7.
Oh my god. Okay, so it is connected to all of that. Okay, whatever the fuck happened 7 years ago, take a shot every time 7 years ago gets mentioned on this stream. You will be drunk by the end of the stream. Drink responsibly. Don't actually do that.
That red envelope probably has something to do with it. Say what you will, but Drew's talent was without compare.
So you threatened to go press with this story? That's how you got your interview? Blackmail?
Well, yes! I mean, no. It wasn't exactly black. I mean, I'm not...
Something wrong, Mr. Brushel?
Look, this is my story, my Tibbet. Journalist info is a livelihood. End quote.
I see.
While you have me chatting away here, what's going on out there? What if someone Wally Wordsmith or Sally Scoop gets wind of my story? They could be going to press while I'm going to waste!
The court feels your pain, Mr. Brushel. Mr. Justice, let's pick up the pace.
A certain case 7 years ago. Wait, 7 years ago? Trucy oblivious to it all. Alright. Sorry, my dad, when you asked what happened, was making cinnamon sugar and was scooping out with the dough scraper. Scooping and scrubbing, being on the edge and mixing bowl covering it. It wasn't fine sugar, it was like sandy consistency. Oh god. Oh Jesus. Hopefully you're okay now. Jesus Christ. Oh, shit!
We have a perceive. Why do we have a perceive? Oh god, okay. This one seems fine. It took a bit of work to get a thumbs up on the interview. Reporter leverages story, gets his interview, end quote. Okay. The story concerns a certain case from 7 years ago. That red envelope probably had something to do with it.
Oh my god, hi Genesis! Hi! Hello, hello. How you doing? How you doing? I'm glad to hear you're alive. You say, yeah, I'm gonna hurt myself more on stupid things than the fucking sharp tools at work. You know what? Fair enough. Say what you will, but Drew's talent was without compare. Okay. Well, apparently we have to use perceive on one of these. I don't have a job now, but I'm fine. Oh, buddy! I hope everything is well. I'm glad you're doing fine otherwise. And I hope you continue to do well in the future. Hi, Robin! Hello, hello! How you doing? How you doing?
Okay. Should I just press everything? Should I just perceive everything? I can choose not to perceive if wanted.
Oh god, I have to look at this man. I hate this!
To get a thumbs up on the interview. No. Pass.
I'm doing good. That's good to hear, darling. Hell yeah.
Order just leveraged. Okay, which one is suspicious? Story concerned a certain case from 7 years ago. Okay, this one he's like tapping his head on a thingy. Oh, it's just not moving. Oh my god.
I hate him, I hate him, I hate him.
It's okay, I hate him too. Story concerned a certain case from 7 years. Okay, case for an envelope had something to do with that. Say what you will, but Drew's talent without compare. Okay, I wonder what this one. Say what you will. Don't think it's in the face. Is it on the finger? Is it on the hand? It's gotta be one of these, right? Nothing on the hand.
What is that? Wait, what was that? Did you see that? What was that?
Oh, please don't be what I think it is.
Are you sweating? Oh, God!
Wait, say what you will, but Drew's talent. Why is Drew's talent eliciting this response?
Gotcha!
Drew's talent was without compare. Sweat much, Mr. Brushel?
Yeah, well. I mean, I can't help his glands, you know.
It's more than that. When Mr. Misham's talent was mentioned, you suddenly began to sweat buckets.
Ah! He needs my hyperhidrosis medication.
You're hiding something.
Oh, you're hiding something about his talent.
What? Ridiculous.
Evidence time. Let's show where Mr. Misham's true talent lay. Oh, because he's a forger. It just so happens that I have talent that shows mentioned in that letter. Yep, the hidden painting. Because he's a forger. This painting was found in Mr. Misham's studio.
Oh, shit. Is he brushing his eyes? He's brushing his glasses, which I think is worse.
There are two problems with this painting. The first is that it wasn't painted by Mr. Misham. The second is that there was another painting in the studio, which looked exactly like this one, except it was only half done. Which also is another crazy thing. The sketchwork under those half-finished paintings were of previous cases of ours, which is weird. And we don't know why. Then we have a letter discussing a payment of $100,000. $100,000! Which suggests a certain business operation. Business is making forgeries.
Oh, God!
Oh god, I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh god. That is all, Your Honor. I hate him. I hate him. I hate his back spray. I hate this man.
Everyone, please, everyone! Can we keep this private? Please!
No. We're gonna put you on blast, and then we're gonna put Misham on blast as well.
This is my story, my scoop!
Forgery? That's a serious crime.
The series is great at making hateable characters. Yeah.
Drew Misham is known as an artist these days. But there were rumors that he dabbled in another kind of art until a few years back.
Another art, meaning forgery.
Drew Misham was talented, alright. Talented at making precise, detailed fakes. That fact, certain criminal elements were quick to discover.
Criminal elements? Wait, you can't be seriously talking about...
Exactly! I'm talking about forging it.
Oh my god, this is tying into whatever Phoenix is Okay, I see, it's all tying, okay. Oh my god! Maybe it's making me text laugh.
The rumor started circulating 7 years ago.
7 years ago. So are we to understand that this letter, this payment of $100,000 was for...
Exactly. Forged evidence, net tiny profit, end quote.
Oh my god.
Order! Why, it's like our victim was living a double life.
Aha! This is my chance. So the victim had ties to the criminal world, right? He could have been plenty of enemies we know nothing about. This is my first time hearing of this criminal This is my first time hearing of this criminal world. We certainly found no criminal connections. We conducted our investigation. But how do you explain all this money? You have to admit there's a possibility of some illegal activity here. But there is no proof tying this letter to our case. Fuck. Our case was and remains simple from the beginning. Simple, yeah. Only the defendant could have poisoned that mug that night. And you, of course.
Hey! The only thing poisoning them is my pen when I'm writing reviews!
Mr. Brushel, your testimony to this point has been quite unreliable. It doesn't speak well of your reporting acumen.
What are you talking about? My journalism is rock solid. Journalism so solid you could stand an elephant on it, end quote.
In any case, let us hear a summarized recap of your testimony. We can ascertain the situation in that studio from the recap. The trial is over.
Walker used forged evidence, he gets slapped on the wrist, then murders a guy over that. Phoenix used forged evidence, loses his job. Trying that tiny vacuum thing, and Bailey doesn't like hairdryers, and one tried biting it. The second end got her mouth. She pulled away, turned her head to the side, their mouth wide open and side eyes us.
Apollo, what is he talking about?
The cross-examination showed Mr. Brushel didn't have reasons or means to poison him. As long as there's no other suspects, then the killer had to be Vera. That's what. This next testimony is our last chance.
Mr. Brushel, your testimony, please.
All right. The interview, a recap.
The only other person in the studio that night was the defendant. It was Vera who poured the coffee. She admitted as much herself. The only thing touched Drew's lips during the interview was that mug. Nothing left that studio after he died.
No, that's not true. You said the letter, right?
Clearly, the only one who could have poisoned him was his daughter.
Can we believe anything this cracker said? I mean, he seems... like he said, succinct. Like, he seems succinct. And he's been pretty, like... whatchamacallit? Not trustworthy, but, like... he believes what he's saying. Which I guess says something? I don't know.
And their testimony clear, succinct, and without room for doubt.
Aw, shucks. You really think so?
I believe this clarifies the situation that night. Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin your final cross-examination.
Right. I still have one trump card left to play. I won't let this trial end until I use it. Alright, cross-examination. The only other person in the studio that night was the defendant. It was Vera who poured the coffee. She admits it, doesn't admit it herself. The only thing that touched Drew's lips during that interview was the mug. Nothing left that studio after he died. Nothing. Clearly, the only one who could have poisoned him was his daughter. Nothing left that studio, which is not true. Not one thing. You're sure?
Yep, sure as I can be. Well, with one exception.
One exception? What?
Journalist Spark Brushel does interview. Leave studio. End quote.
Oh, I guess he did leave.
Ha 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 ha! Come on! It's a joke! Get it? Not funny, I know, but still!
Did something leave the studio that night? Why does that sound familiar? Where have I heard something like that before?
Now that we've proven our witness is a comedian of sorts, I'd like to turn to our defense attorney before returning to the testimony. Do you have any idea what, if anything, might have left the studio that night?
Just one thing. I think one thing might very well have left the studio that night, actually. A certain something that has vanished from the crime scene. Yeah, the yellow letter.
By which you mean... something other than our witness?
Of course.
Don't tell me. They're a mission.
Believe me, any comic relief I may provide is entirely unintentional.
Then, let's see what you've got for us, Mr. Justice.
Well, this thing wasn't at the scene of the crime, so I can't show it to you. But I do have evidence that shows how it could have been taken from the scene. Oh, it's a letterbox, obviously. It's a letter. This is the only link between the studio and the outside world.
A letterbox?
What did Mr. Brushel tell us? When he entered the studio on the night of the murder, the victim had just finished writing a letter.
Yeah, I said that, and yeah, it was true.
Furthermore, you went on to tell us that he put the letter in the yellow envelope, and put it in the letterbox.
Ah.
But that very same letterbox was empty. In other words, that night, the yellow envelope disappeared. What was on it?
Yes, intriguing. So an envelope has disappeared from the scene of the crime. Of course, this changes nothing.
Huh?
He has a point, Mr. Justice. What we're trying to figure out here is how the poison got into Mr. Misham. Is it really important that this envelope the witness says he saw disappeared?
Yes, considering a stamp. Why was that frame full of poison? Why could it have been a poisoned stamp? He was looking for a stamp. But then the question then becomes, why was the stamp poisoned? Is that what we're going with? That that was a poisoned stamp?
Well, if it did disappear, then something did leave the studio that night. That seems very important to me.
Very well, then. The witness will add this to his testimony.
You got it!
I still think this fails to change anything, Air Forehead. I wouldn't be so sure. A letter disappeared from the crime scene that night. This is exactly the opening I've been looking for. Oh, the opening. A letter was put in the poster in the studio, but I hardly think that matters. Okay. Can we talk about... Drew? Okay. The only thing that touched Drew's lips during the interview was that mug. Can we talk about that some more? You're sure about that?
Well, to be really, really precise, I was busy gobbling mint candies the whole time.
One of those candies might have been poisoned. Oh my god. Yet at the time of the autopsy, no fresh fragrance of mint filled the room. And no mint residue was found. It's a long shot anyway. Yeah. Don't tell me you're still trying to prove this. You think the victim ate, drank, or otherwise ingested something other than coffee?
Well, Mr. Justice, if you have some proof...
The possibility is there, I can feel it, just maybe not prove it, not yet. The possibility isn't going to cut it, not now. Mr. Misham ingested that poison via a route other than coffee. I can prove it. Proof is possible. There's nothing. You do understand what we need, yeah? Proof, Air Forehead, not possibilities. Of course, and Prosecutor Gavin, I hope you understand. I'm ready to give you that proof. What did you say? I have proof of the disappearing envelope.
I celebrating a letter I did!
Which was picked up by the mailman, I presume.
Of course, which means... that envelope had a stamp on it.
A stamp?
Ah! As we all know, stamps come with a dried glue on the back. In order to use the glue, you have to wet it by licking the stamp. I overcooked my pretzel. No! It's now crispy and crunchity. No one worth talking to actually lick stamps in this day and age. Even if you wanted to talk to him, you couldn't. He's dead, after all. Okay, so he licked the stamp. But wait. Chicken sandwich! Woo! Oh, that sounds so good. I'm gonna be so real with you guys. I haven't eaten anything today. Right after this stream, I'm gonna go get some food. Because y'all are making me a little hungry. How does that explain the atropine on the rim of the coffee mug? I will after the stream. I'm gonna go make waffles, I think. If you lick the back of the poison stamp, the poison would get on his tongue, yes? That would what would happen if he would put the mug on his mouth? Those traces on the mug weren't the killer's doing, it was the other way around.
What?
The coffee mug didn't poison Mr. Misham. Mr. Misham poisoned the coffee mug himself.
Order, order, order! But that doesn't... Does it?
Recall, if you would, atropine is a slow-acting poison, yes? The poison entered his body when he put the stamp on that envelope. But his time wasn't up until the very moment he touched his lips to that cup of joe. That explains why brushel was so... Yeah, that would explain brushel. That would explain his testimony. Oh god. Oh no.
You have something to add, Mr. Brushel?
Uh-oh, his nose is picking up another scent.
As I believe I mentioned earlier. Well, that's the thing, see, after he put his letter in that envelope. Mr. Misham sat there searching his desk drawer for something. Yes, a stamp, a so-called postage stamp, end quote. Well, you know, I don't seem to remember ever finding one.
Maybe you just run out.
Incidentally, we searched the desk drawer at the scene of the crime. There were no stamps. Not a single one.
Cracked knuckles? Yeah, let me show you this stamp, bitch. Let me show you a stamp.
That does pose a problem. How will you prove that the stamp was coated with poison?
Actually, I'm glad no other stamps were found. It makes proving the stamp used was poisoned possible. Good show, good show. You can't even prove there was a stamp at the scene in the first place.
Well, let's hear what the defense has to say anyway. Where's your evidence that proves the poisoned, where's your evidence that proves the existence of this poisoned stamp?
It's the tiny frame. It's a weird-ass tiny frame.
Oh, that's certainly a cute little frame, and by little, I mean really little.
It was on the victim's desk, Your Honor. Quite empty, as you can see for yourself. I noticed that too during my inspection, so what? Apparently you weren't so as observant as you should have been. You see, when you saw this frame, it was missing something quite important.
Missing something?
Yes, a pale bluish stain on the inside of the frame. Atracrine poison residue. What? Why wasn't I told about this? The frame is only 2 inches square. The face of the frame is even smaller. Maybe an inch wide at most. You aren't saying... No, but I am. Tell me, what fits in such a small frame? A commemorative stamp, perhaps?
Oh, shit.
Order, order, order!
The poisoned stamp was in this frame. Impossible.
Prosecutor Gavin?
Why would he have put something like that on his desk? Don't tell me he had it there so he could commit suicide if the mood struck.
You know, can I say something? I had a thought. See?
What, Mr. Brushel? And please stop jittering around like that.
The victim was a forger, right? There's a lot of money in that line of work. Forger forges friends, make enemies too. End quote.
So the poisoned stamp might have been a murder weapon aimed at him. Oh, rich. That's rich. Lead the ridiculous flight of fancy to the Gavanir song lyrics, please. Finally, something we agree on. So the stamp was a murder weapon? Nonsense. Murder is simple business. Who would go to such lengths? No one. Oh, I disagree. Come again? Yes, the prosecution is also a rock star. Thus, air guitar. Recall, if you would, the victim's reclusive lifestyle. During Misham hid from the world, he avoided meetings. His only contact with the outside world was the mail.
The mail?
Now, if you wanted to kill someone you couldn't meet, but you knew read letters, a stamp would be the perfect weapon. Ridiculous. Where's your proof? I want proof. Show us evidence that poisoned stamp was sent to him as a murder weapon. Might not have evidence, per se, but things are finally starting to come together.
What is it, Apollo? Your fists are trembling.
I think I know what happened. I don't believe it, but I can see it. I think I know how Mr. Misham was killed.
Well, fill us in, Mr. Justice.
A certain piece of evidence points to the truth, Your Honor. And I'll show you how someone with the intent to kill sent Mr. Misham the stamp of his death. Huh? Wait a minute. Send the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp within 3 days. He sent them a stamp, whoever this was.
Isn't this the envelope The one from 7 years ago?
Think about the text of the letter again. Please send a receipt once you have confirmed the transfer. There were 2 pages in the envelope. This is page 1. Sign the papers and send the closed envelope with the enclosed stamp within 3 days. And this is page 2. I want to draw your attention to one phrase in particular. Send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp within 3 days. The enclosed stamp, Your Honor.
In other words, if I have this straight, the stamp, poison on the stamp, lick, lick, death, end quote.
Now, what if he had done exactly as the letter asked?
Would sign the document, put in the envelope, and put the stamp on it, right? Then he would put it in his letterbox.
15 minutes wouldn't have lapsed between affixing the stamp and mailing the letter. The clock started ticking, and when the time came, he drew his last breath. And then the murder weapon would be taken away from the scene. Shit.
Quite conveniently, thanks to the postal system.
And there he goes, air cotaring away.
Go, buddy, go. Go, Blondie.
Such a splendid imagination you have, Air Forehead. Let me confirm one thing with you, if I might. So, this poisoned stamp was inside this envelope from 7 years ago. Yeah? What? Is that what you would have believed, really? Well,
it is a little bit of a stretch, but there's a possibility.
yes, a very small possibility. How small, I wonder? A poisoned stamp in this envelope. A stamp that became the murder weapon. How do you intend to prove this seemingly coincidence?
Well,
It was 7 years ago. We don't even know who sent that letter. And their answer. The silence, I see. Very well. I move to. It's not nice to pick on the Fräulein, Clavier. Oh?
Oh! Oh my god! Oh my... Jump scare! Oh my god! What was... Ah! Oh my god!
Emma! Oh my god! Hi! You're a sight for sore eyes! We just saw the ghost of fucking... of Kristoff's past! Jesus Christ! Apollo having war flashbacks! I was going to say, wasn't he in jail? Yeah, he is in jail! Oh my god! She never uses that German word. Oh yeah. Maybe that's why we thought it was him. Oh my god. Is Emma being haunted by him? What the fuck? Emma, hi! Well, like my Christoph Gavin impression? Did I sound like him? Don't ever do that again. Don't quit your day job. Don't you have a crime scene to be looking after our Fräulein detective? Someone had to dig you out of a... Someone had to come dig you all out of this mess you're making of this case. Mess? You know, none of this would have happened if you just trusted in science a little more. Respectfully, Emma, fuck you. If you can find out if that stamp was in that envelope, easy. Get to explain yourself, Fräulein detective. Glare at me all you want, but science is on my side. It's all in the residue, right? That's right! The poison detection spray!
Produce the red envelope at once. You can open it on the authority of the court.
Alright, we gotta spray it. Oh my god.
Well, would you look at that?
No mistaking it. That's atroquinine residue. So there was just a time bomb of a poison in that letter for 7 years?
I don't believe it. A murder weapon from the past. Now, 7 years later, it bears its fangs at last.
Absolutely outrageous. Tell me why. Why didn't this murder take place 7 years ago? Well, there's one possibility. Maybe Mr. Misham figured it out. Oh.
Figured what out?
He realized that the person who sent this letter wanted him dead. So he sent his reply with a different stamp.
Then put this decisive evidence in a frame.
But then why lick it now?
Ah, you're still here?
Oh, god damn it.
Can I make a statement here on the record? I, Spark Razortooth Brushel, claim this scoop is mine.
Oh god.
Drew Misham killed in cold blood by sender of 7-year-old letter, end quote. No, maybe something more succinct. Star falls after 7-year delay, end quote.
Oh my god, go away! Oh my god.
Order, order, order! I see no room for further argument. Though I admit, this is all coming as quite a shock. Think that the murder weapon reached his mouth after 7 years.
Thank you.
Stamp his ticket straight to afterlife, end quote.
Uh-oh, I think the witness is a bad influence on our judge.
I see no need for further debate on this matter. The sender of that letter 7 years ago could hardly have been our defendant.
Apollo! I think we just won! Oh my god!
Very well. The court finds the defendant.
Oh my god, already? God damn it. I got my hopes up for nothing. I was like, damn, this trial was fast. Is this the bright future of our legal system?
Prosecutor Gavin?
A ticket to the afterlife from 7 years ago? Tickets for Gavinier shows are invalid after 2 weeks.
It doesn't make sense any other way.
It boggles my mind that many people haven't noticed this. There's a fatal contradiction in Air Forehead's claim. A contradiction? A poison stamp was placed in this envelope 7 years ago, whereupon it was framed up until now. If that is the case, then why would Drew Misham have done what he did? I'm gonna explain that. He must have realized it was poisoned, but then he licked it. That's where he's coming at. Why would he lick it now? Therein lies the rub. 7 years ago, the forger Drew Mission sensed a trap and put the stamp in the frame. I do not debate this, but this begs the question. Why, 7 years later, did he use the stamp on the night of the murder? Ah! Amnesia? Can we blame things on amnesia now? Surely, you don't mean to suggest that Mr. Misham simply forgot. He put the murder weapon on the frame on his desk for 7 years and forgot. You expect us to believe that he sprang the trap on himself? Fuck. Ah!
While I admit that this is all quite shocking myself, it does seem highly unlikely that he would fall afoul of a trap that had been sitting on his desk for 7 years.
Apollo! I don't think we're winning anymore. I'm glad to see we're back in the real world now. Welcome back to reality. We've been waiting for you.
Objection!
Okay, then how do you explain the poison stamp that was in this envelope? The poison stamp? Where exactly is this poison stamp again? Have you brought it to court for us? Because it got sent off. God damn it! I see no proof that such thing ever existed.
Objection!
What about the atroquine residue, huh? Oh, I agree. That does seem to be atroquine residue. But Air Forehead, that it is certainly no stamp. Yeah, but Even if your precious poison stamp did exist, Drew Misham never would have used it. That is all.
Oh, God. I believe we've come to a conclusion. Again.
Apollo! Were we wrong the whole time? No, we're on to the right track. We're being led astray. We just need to figure out what's wrong. Why did Drew Misham lick the letter after putting it in the frame? I can't believe it. The poison traces match up. It can't be a coincidence.
I'd like to bring some closure to this issue sometime this year. Mr. Justice?
Yes, Your Honor?
Let's review the facts and see where we stand. 7 years ago, Drew Misham received a red envelope. Okay. There were traces of the poison atropine on the document inside that envelope. A similar trace was also found at the crime scene, on this tiny picture frame. The defense has indicated the possibility of a yellow envelope. An envelope that has left the scene of the crime with a poison stamp on it.
Yes, but even if the envelope contained the poison stamp, and Drew Misham, knowing this, put it in the frame, he never would have used that stamp.
I'm afraid you're right. Which means there is a fatal flaw in the defense's case.
I haven't been on the wrong track this whole time, I'm sure of it. The traces after Queen, the envelope, the frame, and Drew Misham's mysterious death. They're all connected somehow.
Well, Mr. Justice, do you have a conclusion for us?
The defense stands by its case, Your Honor. We've seen that logical outcome to the evidence makes no sense. Which means that one of our clues must be a fake.
What?
A fake clue. Fascinating. And if you were to find this fake, your wild fantasies will be proved quite reasonable, yeah? The fake clue that thrown us off the poison's trail is none other than... the frame, the red envelope.
Drew Misham? What do you mean by Drew Misham? Drew Misham what? I don't think it's the red envelope. I don't think the frame is fake. The red envelope's not fake. Those two connect. Drew is the outlier.
The victim was a fake clue? I don't understand.
I'll explain. Okay, please, because I have no idea where this is going. But we knew the other two were connected. Drew was the outlier.
We have an envelope, a frame, and a mug linked by poison. That all makes sense. Let me just go and deny. There we go. Sorry about that. That all makes sense. What doesn't make sense is the victim himself.
Objection!
Congratulations! You've completely lost me. So the fake evidence is none other than the master of fakes himself, the forger. It makes a good story, I'll give you that. The fake clue, fakes, forgeries.
I know that face. That's the face of I just had an idea face.
I don't know if I'm right, but I'm going with it anyway.
Oh, okay, great, perfect. What if our forger is the fake?
Come again?
7 years ago, our forger snipped a trap and stepped aside. 7 years passed. Now the forger stumps into that same trap and dies. Why?
That's what I want to know.
That's because the forger who was killed was... Oh my god! Are they going for where I think they're going? Oh my god! Wait a minute!
Here we are again. The victim was a fake.
One forger smelled the trap. One forger fell into the trap because he wasn't the forger. Oh my god. It's Vera. It's gotta be Vera. Vera is the actual forger, not her father. Her father was posing as a forger, but she was the forger. That's 2 forgers, and one of them was a fake.
Order, order, order!
So you're telling us that Drew Misham, the victim, was a fake? Well, if he was a fake, who was the real forger? You better not be claiming there was some kind of switcheroo.
I'm afraid you're going to back up your story. You're going to have to back up your story. Mr. Justice?
Show us who the real Drew Misham was. If Drew Misham wasn't the real forger, there's only one other person it could have been. Oh my god. Understood, Your Honor. Forger Drew Misham was himself a forgery. The real forger was Vera. There can only be one explanation, really. The real identity of the forger known as Drew Misham was none other than his only daughter, Vera Misham.
Order, order, order! Mr. Justice, this is going out of a limb even for you!
I kind of agree. I mean, Vera, a forger? Let's consider it before you write it off entirely. You look at the paintings in the studio, one fact becomes quite clear. Forgery had been taking place in that studio for quite some time. The forger wasn't caught in that trap 7 years ago. This can only mean that the one who was caught in the trap wasn't the forger.
Well, actually, that does make a certain kind of sense.
One more thing. Only 2 sets of fingerprints were found in the forger's studio. Drew Misham's and Vera Misham's. If we know... Sorry about that. If we know that Drew Misham wasn't the forger, then that leaves only one possibility by process of elimination. The forger was Vera Misham. Well... fascinating. Oh, Vera! Oh my god.
Vera Misham? You've been paying attention to the trial so far?
Let's just ask her and be done with it, shall we? Who are you? Who is the forger, Drew Misham? Oh. Was that an expression of emotion I saw on her face? Oh my god. Just now seeing you had a bit, so of course it happens when I was busy yapping with MC. Nah, you're good, you're good. It was a freaking bot, as usual. She's staring holes into Prosecutor Gavin's face. I mean, we know he's handsome, but like, he's Apollo's. Get off. Okay. I'm used to being stared at by Fräuleins, believe me. Though they usually talk to me too. Tell us, were you the one who forged those works of art? Oh. Yes. Oh. Okay! Just going out with it! Got it!
So the forger, Drew Misham, was you?
Yes, it was me.
What?
Okay. The court was in an uproar, and it wasn't coming down. We had to break for a 10-minute recess. Oh, shit! Okay! Yeah, we'll save. Why not? We're gonna continue, absolutely. October 8th, 1 4:24 p.m. at District Court Defendant Lobby at number 2.
Okay. So where exactly does this leave us, Apollo?
Well, the Drew Misham who was killed wasn't Drew Misham the forger, basically.
Huh? Well, who was he?
Well, he was actually Vera. Yeah, she's still doing her nails. Doing her nails. So, you really made those forgeries? Yes, for Father. I know it was wrong.
Could you tell us how it happened?
My father was a painter. I loved painting ever since I was a child. One day, Father saw it in me. He saw that I had the talent.
Talent? For making forgeries?
How should I say it? It was not only paintings I made. Given the materials, I could make anything. Anything? Father was so proud, and I so happy. But in the end, I was making those forgeries. I've never had a good constitution nor personality. I know very little of the world outside my door. Now, because of me, Father is...
Do you know about this red envelope?
I remember that envelope. It was some time ago. So, you were already you were already creating your works back then? I started when I was only 12 years old. So the one who figured out that stamp was poisoned, that was...
Mr. Justice, it's time. To the courtroom, please.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Alright, back to the courtroom. Right! Out of time.
Wait, Vera! Just one more thing, please!
There's paintings in the studio. I painted those as part of my work.
Right. See, we checked them out and we saw that was what was underneath them.
We saw the rough sketches underneath 3 finished paintings. Yeah, and they matched our cases. I see. Mr. Justice? Yes? Father, he knew of you. Why? Of both of you.
Both of us?
You mean me and Trucy? Or Apollo and Trucy? Your late father? He was watching, gathering information. All about the Wright & Co. law offices.
But lately, we're not doing just law.
Yes, you do tricks, gags to amuse, and play piano.
Well, they're not really gags.
Yet when Father heard you had resumed the legal business, how pleased he was.
What?
Who was Mr. Misham? How am I supposed to know?
What if he was Daddy's daddy?
Judging from the relative ages involved, I'd say it's highly unlikely. Things are already confusing enough with all these daddies running around. Yeah, I bet they are, Apollo. You don't say.
We knew that the victim's daughter, Vera, was the forger. What does this mean for the case? I guess we're about to find out. October 8th, 1:36 p.m., District Court, courtroom number 3.
Court is now back in session.
Oh, that's a new sprite from her. It's biting her lip, or biting her nails. Her seems pretty tense. She's practically chewing her fingernails clean off.
All these what?
Perhaps you could begin by telling us how it all worked. How did you set up this Drew Misham forger persona?
Why do you keep staring at Clavier?
There's that stare again. She's drilling more holes into his head.
I know it's hard for you, but hey, he's a handsome guy.
I mean, Apollo has no issues with that.
What's hard? Yeah, Apollo! Apollo, let me tell you what's hard. It's you.
Very well, miss, if you would. Did you really make those detestable forgeries?
Perhaps you would rather answer my question? Were you the one who painted that painting? The remarkably similar one? Yes. I painted it, yes. Father praised me quite highly for it.
So, she was the one who made the forgeries.
Yet she did not wish to reveal the truth of their operation. So the victim was a stand-in, a decoy. To the world at large, she was the forger, not her. I've done a bad thing. I have, haven't I? Regardless, we need a little more information. About, for instance, this. Ah, shit. You have seen this before, yeah? Yes. It was in the desk drawer.
Very well. You may proceed with your testimony. Tell us everything you know about this envelope.
Oh, please do. Alright, witness testimony. The red envelope.
Hello, Forged Evil. Hello. How you doing?
I created things and Father sold them. This envelope came after my first work. That was other than a painting. Father handled the deal, all of it. Oh, I received the stamp that was in that envelope. It was after that job that we moved to the current studio.
Oh.
Certainly was much of a great interest to your testimony.
Not that the witness realized it.
Very well, please begin the cross-examination.
Right, okay. I need more information about this forger. This Drew Misham. Alright, let's just go at it then. I didn't see anything obvious, we just gotta hit everything with a stick. I created things and my father sold them. Right? Just tell us about everything. So these things that you were making, you mean paintings identical to other paintings, right? The closer they were, the happier Father was. I was happy too.
Still, you're quite young now. When did you begin this work?
My first painting sold when I was 12.
Oh my god! That's a child! That's a falsetto child making you do this shit.
Your Honor, she had no idea what she was doing was illegal.
Objection!
Easy there, little attorney. You're not here to defend her of the crime of forgery.
True. Please tell us more about this envelope. This envelope that may very well have killed your father.
Alright. This first envelope came after my first work that was other than a painting. What was it? By other than a painting, you mean you had only done paintings up to that point? Yes. But Father had a realization. He noticed my talent extended to making things other than paintings. For instance, a letter someone had written, or a fingerprint left upon a cup, or a signature on a document, a seal upon a letter. None of these makes her sound very innocent at all. And the $100,000 promised in this letter was the start. The beginning of a new industry for Drew Mission.
A new industry?
The creation of items to be used in criminal proceedings. Forging evidence, in other words. Uh-oh. Father handled the deals, all of it. So you didn't know how things you were making were being used. I enjoy painting very much. I think I understand. The Fräulein has lived in a unusual little world. Can you tell us what happened to the papers that were in this envelope? Father signed them and sent them back, I believe. Did he follow the instructions? Send the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp.
This is a rather important matter. Give your answer some thought.
I received the stamp that was in that envelope. So she kept it. What do you mean you received it? Did I do something wrong? You didn't use that stamp because it was dangerous, correct? Deadly poison on the back, atropine.
Objection!
A moment, Air Forehead. You can't force an answer upon the witness. Now then, perhaps you would tell me, Fräulein Vera, why did you receive the stamp?
There's something wrong.
It was beautiful. She's an artist.
Ah, you mean it was one of those commemorative stamps?
Oh! Yes, I think it was. So, you didn't know about the poison? I guess not. So the trap failed by chance, by mistake, thanks to this commemorative stamp.
Quite the close call.
It was after that job that we moved to the current studio. Okay. I love how she's using her book to show emotions. It's very cute. I really like her, actually. She's a better witness than fucking Brushel, that's for damn sure. And she's very to the point. You mean you moved to where the current Drew studio is? Yes. We saw very few people there. I began drawing picture books. The single job had tied them to the criminal world, to the criminal underworld. I think Mr. Mission wished to reduce their visibility in the world at large. When we had to meet someone for some reason, Father posed as the creator of the work. So that was the real essence of the artist Drew Mission. You did the work and he supplied the face.
So, you really didn't know anything, did you? You had no idea how much danger you were in.
Apparently not. Shit. About this commemorative stamp. Could you tell us more about it? What was it a commemorative stamp for? It was very pretty.
And more than that. More than that? Yes? It was a picture of people I liked at the time.
What do you mean by that?
This is something new. Yeah, what do you mean? Apparently, we've got some cross-examination yet ahead of us. It would be so kind as to continue your testimony, Fräulein. Okay.
Oh, happy face.
The stamp was a picture of my favorite magicians.
Hey, out of curiosity, do you mean these magicians right here?
Magic show, Trip Gramarye. Is this what you're talking about? Those magicians you liked. Was it this bunch?
Oh. Apollo, they're not a bunch.
I see. Still, I have to wonder, why include a commemorative stamp like that in a business letter?
Good question.
Well, pretty stamps are always better. You can't beat true Gramarye.
But the whole murder plan was a failure because of it. Ironic, don't you think? Prosecutor Gavin?
Oh, girl, why are you sweating? You good, girlie? What's up?
Prosecutor Gavin? Gramarye.
What's with Gavin? Might I ask just one question of this witness? In your testimony just now, you stated that this was your first work other than a painting. Yes? Please tell me, what exactly did you make? Can I ask what? No! Answer the question. Now!
Gavin, calm your tits. What's up? Chill. Girl, you're gonna freak him out.
Prosecutor Gavin? You're usually not the one whose volume concerns me.
Yes, this is, unbecoming of me. I apologize. But I must know. Please, Miss Misham, tell me. It was a book. A book? A single page in a book. A single page in a book? A book. Please be more specific. It was a handwritten book. Like a diary. A diary? She wrote a page from a diary? Oh. Clavier.
No, don't. No. You good, girlie? What's up?
What's wrong with Prosecutor Gavin? It looks like he just saw a ghost.
Miss Nisham, this book. Was there a picture of a silk hat on the back cover? Yes or no?
A silk hat?
How did you know?
Prosecutor Gavin, the defense is answering all your questions. Stop badgering her.
He's told you nothing, has he?
Who? Phoenix?
Your soiled, sullied mentor. Nothing?
Phoenix, what did you do? God damn it, Phoenix!
Sullied... who?
Phoenix Wright! Who else?
Daddy?
He never told you about the trial 7 years ago. About who came to lose his attorney's badge. Okay. It was a certain piece of evidence that decided his fate, you know. A certain diary. On the back, it bore the mark of a silk hat.
What? Phoenix, right, tossed out by the profession of a false evidence. The forger who made that evidence is this girl standing right in front of me? Vera, you must tell us. The evidence you made was used in a trial 7 years ago. Who asked Drew Misham, you, to forge that evidence? For all of our sakes, who was it? Oh, God. Vera, we only met once. You met the client? Well, who was it? It was... You okay? What's going on with Vera? She's staring at Prosecutor Gavin's face. Was it Kristoff? They look similar. Is that why she's been staring at him? Oh my god. Did Kristoff forge evidence? But then how did Phoenix get it? Phoenix is the one who lost their badge because of it. Why?
Yes, what? Is there something about me? I remember clearly. I remember who gave me the book, the diary.
Who was it? Vera! Hello? Oh!
The devil.
What? Defendant Vera Misham, condition unconscious. Examiner's diagnosis, acute actronine poisoning? What? This ends the recording of the trial of the murder of Drew Misham. Vera Misham was, during the trial, poisoned by an unknown assailant. The dosage was under the lethal amount, sparing the defendant's life. Oh, thank God. Oh my God. How? How is that possible? She's currently in intensive care and will not be disturbed for any reason. A very simple case at first glance, until it finally began to show its true colors. Oh my god, the music! The long road to the truth takes us to the record of another trial. Oh my god, yeah. Phoenix! In some way, that was the starting point of it all. Oh my god! Is that Clavier? Oh my god! Oh my tits out. Girl got the low-cut shirt. Oh my god. He looks good. Damn, Gina. Why can't he be wearing this today? Sorry. And that is where we must go. Oh! To find the whole truth. Oh my god! Oh, holy shit. Tiny Trucy! Oh my gosh, she's so precious. Yeah, we're gonna save. I don't know how long. Yeah, I think we're gonna stop. Unfortunately, I think we're gonna stop there for today. I know it's on a bit of a cliffhanger, but I want to save whatever this trial is about to be for the rest of next stream. Yeah. Let's do that. Turn to game menu. All right. Back to title. There we go. Tiny Trucy and a poisoned Vera. Oh my god. I think I know what I'm gonna call this stream. I think I have a good idea. All right, let's get over here. And let's get that music going. Oh my goodness. Thank you all so much for coming by and hanging out with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Izzy. Thank you, Pagetown. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Genesis. Thank you, Forged Evil. Thank you all so much for coming by and hanging out with me. I stream here on Twitch twice a week, usually Thursdays and Sundays at 5:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If there's any changes, those will be either on my community YouTube, my YouTube community page, where I post all my VODs at NihilLights, or in my Discord, which can be found at the description of most of my VODs and also in chat. But yeah. Oh my god. I don't know what we're about to go into for the next trial. But you know what? Here's the silver lining. We don't have to deal with brushel. Most likely, we don't have to deal with brushel. And that's a win. Oh my god. Thank you all so much for coming by and hanging out with me. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!